here we are, man. It's been long overdue. You came out here like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Representing Enfield, London, to be exact. Kind of on the north side. We got our very own Hannah Faith. Welcome. How are you?
I am good.
You look great. You're blooming right now.
Oh, thank you.
So you got the nice vintage like piece. Shout out Eden for getting you that.
Shout out. Yeah, she helped me out here. I really liked it because it was navy. Navy's one of my favorite colors at the moment.
Yeah. But you're blooming. I went on your IG earlier, and your visco grid is popping. Your eye, just everything. You could just tell that you're in a really, really good headspace right now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm like really in my element at the moment. I feel like, I don't know. I just love traveling out, and I've just been craving to be in like an open landscape, you know, and just be around like a different environment from London, because you know London's so like hustle and bustle, like so quick, so fast, so you know coming here is nice. I feel like I'm moving at the pace that I want to move at.
That's real.
Yeah, but still being productive at the same time.
Would you ever consider moving to Los Angeles?
I've been considering it.
Oof.
But I was like, you know, in the future there's no rush.
Yeah.
So like, you know, in time when it comes, I'd love to stay here for a bit.
Hannah, and how old are you?
23. I'm 23.
So young. Year of Jordan.
Yeah.
Wow, such an amazing year.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 23, that was one of my favorite years growing up. But yeah, so what brings you to Los Angeles this time along? You're out here for 3 weeks.
Yes. I think it's been on my mind for a while. It's been on my mind since last year. It's somewhere where I came here 2 years ago, and I had an incredible experience. I came with the rest of a few of my friends, and we had a good time. Like, you know, we just did a lot of the touristy stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt like I had to come back longer.
Yeah.
We only came to LA last time for roughly like 10 days, but to me it didn't seem like long enough, because I felt like I had a lot of people that I had to like meet up with and connect with, but there wasn't enough, time out at the time. So yeah, I just wanted to really just come here and just connect and really get the vibe, like, really like be out here, and just just experiencing what LA's about, really. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and we connected you've been part of Soulection, 2-3 years now?
I think, like 3 years.
About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. And I think what you continue to do with your track selection and your mixes and the way you present yourself is, I don't know, you're just different, and the way you dig for the music has always caught my attention. So when I first heard you, had to bring you on, and I remember that first conversation. I think it was through SoundCloud DMs or something.
I remember I was doing like my my school essay.
Yeah.
And I just remember you hit me up, and I was like, "What is going on? I have to hand in this essay tomorrow."
Yeah.
And I'm like in contact with Joe.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is so much has changed. Like, we've all watched each other evolve.
Yeah.
To see you travel the world now and to do your own thing is pretty inspiring. What have you taken from all this in the last 2 or 3 years?
Just like, just the people that you can meet, the people that like, so many people have different stories, and I think music especially is such a great tool to like travel the world with and spread a lot of knowledge with, like there's so much to learn out there, and I'm so grateful, because I never thought I would have like gotten into this. I never thought I would have like, had the opportunity to travel to certain places. And I don't know, it's just strange. It's strange, like, connecting with people that you never probably would have bumped heads with ever. And it's really helped me like open my mind more and like be more like risk taking with the decisions that I want to, take. Like, so I feel like over time it's really allowed me to just be a bit more like free with who I am as a person, because it's like, there's so much in this world, and you have to be grateful for every little thing that you have. So yeah.
So Hannah, I have to ask you, let's get right back to this music. We talked about your traveling and kind of just your origins. What's your process of digging for music?
I think it's more in like the mood that I'm in. So it's like if I'm feeling like a more like dancey, more upbeat dancey vibe, then I usually like stick to like an artist, and then from there on I kind of like delve into like what they're interested in, what they're feeling at the moment, what their inspirations are, dig into like more artists around that area, and then from there I just get lost really.
What's your preference of sound, like, ideally?
My preference, I love a lot of funk. Like I love disco funk, and soul, and I like a lot of Brazilian music.
Yep.
I love Brazilian music.
You really express that in your sets, I noticed.
Yeah.
You bring that energy.
Yeah, for some reason I'm just really infatuated with that culture. Like, it's a goal for me to get out there like next year.
Yeah. So. And your family, what culture? What's your background?
So my dad he's from Nigeria and England, and my mom is from the Caribbean, Saint Lucia.
Yeah.
But they were both born in Britain.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Do you tend to play, African music in a lot of your sets?
Yeah, I do. I'm like heavily like fella inspired, so I like a lot of like, drum infused like music. So when it's like upbeat and like.
Yeah. You got some joints lined up for us tonight? Maybe, yeah. All right. And do you find, like, you talked about finding soul and funk. Do you have a hard time? Where do you find that at? Because I feel SoundCloud for me used to be the plug for me to find and discover that, but it's become a lot harder to find. So where exactly you find them?
So
everywhere.
Everywhere, like, I dig a lot. I dig a lot, like, outside of like the internet. So like, I don't necessarily buy a lot of records because it's so expensive. But like, I take note of a lot of like music that's out there, or like even Shazam. Like, if I'm anywhere, like Shazam something. I've also gone back to YouTube. Like, I found a lot of like good like mixtapes on YouTube. Yeah. So that's like this is like broadened my like
your selection.
Yeah. So I love YouTube though. I've gone back to it. Like, I have so many like playlists on there from like 2009. I'm like, what?
Yeah. What?
What?
Every time I'm in London, I gotta say that. I gotta speak about transitioning from the music. A topic that's really important right now before we get into your musical set. Health and wellness. It's something that's very important right now. Right now we're watching Kanye, you heard Cudi. And personally, I have a lot of friends that DJ and travel a lot, or produce, or are just artists in general. And taking care of your mind and your body is such an important thing that I don't think people take into consideration. How was everything for you, last year? Last year was an interesting year.
Yeah.
You were moving so fast and on a crazy progression, like through your social media. It was crazy to watch you in bloom, and then you went on a hiatus for some time. What was going through your mind, or what was going on during that time when we missed you?
Yeah, so during that experience, it was a strange period. It was like I was going through sort of like a burnout, it was like, as you mentioned, like a lot of things were happening, and there's me thinking that I'm like invincible and like nothing could happen to me, but I feel like eventually your mind needs a break. Like, you need a mental,
That's
like
real.
You actually need a break, because it's you're moving so fast paced that sometimes you forget about small things that you need to really take care of. Like,
was it the actual traveling, or was it the pressure of the internet?
It wasn't necessarily the pressure of the internet. I think it was just a whirlwind of like worry, and like it's the worry of the future. It's like, okay, like things are going well now, but then how is it going to plan out in the future? Like, am I always going to be the set, or like, am I really doing well, or is it just like a facade? Like, is it real?
You were in your head a lot.
Yeah, I was definitely I was overthinking all the time. So it was just a case where it all just caught up to me, and it was like, look, you need to chill. You need to have this time out. You need to like get away from your phone.
You had to disconnect from social media and everything.
Yeah, because the internet can get to you, because you see so many people posting things online, like, you know, and you think to yourself, sometimes you doubt. You're like, oh, like they're doing this, they're at this stage in their life. Why am I?
Did you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, or to just other things, or just more about you?
It was more about me and like who, and like, you know, how I wanted to sort of, the message that I wanted to give across, but I feel like it wasn't being like appreciated almost.
I got you.
It was like, I felt like I was, you know, I had this vision in my mind, but it wasn't
just
really
wasn't matching.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And then what was crazy is coincidentally at the same time your SoundCloud got deleted, and you had a great following on that. And I know it was just like everything came crashing down.
Everything all in one, you know. But I don't know. Yeah, the SoundCloud, it really hit me. It did hit me because it was such a huge like outlet for me, you know. Like it was like all my stuff was on there, like things that would
just stripped it away.
Yeah, all gone. I was like, how could they just do that?
I can't even imagine if our SoundCloud got shut down. It would do a lot of damage because we built our careers off of that. And I wouldn't. I don't know if we would necessarily even be here in this room, you know, if SoundCloud hadn't provided that kind of platform. So I definitely feel you.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, to take it on a brighter note, I just think it's amazing how you came back after a hiatus, because most people who are away from the internet and from music have a hard time returning and catching up, because life and music moves quick.
I did have a hard time. I think you know, when I came back on the internet, I was talking to Angel about this, Chronica about this, and I was like, don't you like feel like you have to catch up on so much, like, you know? And she was like, not necessarily catch up on like music or anything. It's just I felt lost. I felt like, what's everyone listening to right now? What's going on? I don't really know what's you know, what's good? What's the vibe like right now, you know? So and it's kind of, I can see that it's kind of stopped me from uploading. This year I haven't put anything up on SoundCloud, and I think it's the fear of like it could just get deleted again, and like I feel like the work that I'm putting in, it could just be removed again. So I've got that fear in me. It's like, if I upload again, like you know, it could just get deleted and then again down the drain. So
well, what I can say is at the end of the day, you've bounced back, and with everyone that we see kind of being judgmental about people's art and taking time away from what they do, you know, I think people just need to chill out, focus on themselves, and just know that everyone has their own story, and not to be so judgmental.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. And like, you just have to go at your own pace.
Yep.
All the time. All the time. Like
your own pace.
Yeah, that's major key. Like, you cannot like overthink and think that you have to like be consistent all the time, be like uploading all the time, or, you know, be on the internet all the time. It's
just take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Enjoy your life. Like, enjoy your creation. Enjoy your process.
Yes. We're about to get into your mix very soon. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Gonna find out what you're up to next. What's your next plan? And then right back to this music. We got the Geometrics here on Soulection Radio. Hannah, what do you got lined up for us right now in terms of music? Like, what are we about to hear in your set?
I've got some Tall Black Guy, Stray Elliott.
Some vibes.
Kazal Organism. Some stuff.
And on the last note, what's next for Hannah Faith?
I'm just going with the flow, really. Just creating more.
Your photography game is so ill. I got to speak on that, because I mean, nowadays everyone knows you got to be multi-talented, multi-diverse to stand out outside of being a DJ or a curator or an influencer. But your skills on the lens, like, respect.
Oh, thanks.
Like, and the tones and the editing, your Visco game's on point. But I think that's cool, because you're on some fashion / lifestyle / like street photography / documenting just life.
Yeah.
I think that's ill.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've always done since I was like probably like 18, and it's just fun to sort of see the progression like over time, because I would take like a few breaks out. I wouldn't really like take it too seriously, but now I'm like so in tune. I feel like with the traveling, it's like allowed me to like, you know, see a lot more things, and create that balance between music and like life, because, you know, sometimes you don't want to just like be so absorbed into the music, because I feel like too much of anything is never good. So the photography side definitely helps with the
Yeah,
balance.
and it's crazy. You came to my city, you came to LA, and you had your first your work
Crazy,
shown at a
yeah.
gallery. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, we need to step our game up. But no, it's really tight to see you a part of something and come step into a foreign territory and just like create your own.
Yeah.
You know, you're out there and getting it. So thank you. This session is long overdue. Cannot wait to hear what you play right now. I know you're a favorite of many across the world, so people are very curious to hear what you're up to. They're following your every move. And yeah, let's get to this music right now with Hannah Faith on Soulection Radio. She's about to step up.
Yeah.
All right. Keep it locked here, Beats One.